Guys, thank you for joining. For those that have joined us already, if you're watching this, this is the YouTube live session with Eric Okafor, where I promised I'm going to bring Eric to talk about, to give us tips, right, about using YouTube, especially if you're a newbie with YouTube, like myself, right? Eric is a Nigerian tech YouTuber who has been in the game for years, and it's only right for me to bring him on board to help us with tips, right, on how you can grow your channel, how you can get monetized easily, all right, how you can go from 0 to 1,000 views, and the best practices you need to do, right, in terms of your channel thumbnail, the keywords you should use, the description, right? How you should meet SEO recommendations and all of that, right? So I'm going to start with a few questions, right? And as you're watching, if you have questions for Eric, just put it on that chat, um, on the chat section, right, of this live session, right? And I'll take it from there, right? So hi, Eric. Thanks for doing this with me, and thanks for
All right.
accepting to share your knowledge with us. And we'll try to keep this as short as possible, right? And like I said, I'll give you guys chance to ask questions. So, Eric, I'll start with questions about your YouTube career, and then narrow down to best practices. I mean, that you're going to give newbies. So what was this favorite thing about being a tech YouTuber? Let me start with that. Best practices.
So the favorite part about creating content, the favorite part
Yeah,
about
as a
creating
tech
content
as a
on
tech
YouTube,
YouTuber, yeah.
um, it has to be playing around with phones because that's the reason why. But yeah, so playing around with phones has been made n- normal because of
Yeah,
YouTube. Because if there was no YouTube, for instance, it'd just be some weirdo playing around with phones. But now, like you're playing around with phones to show people like stuff that ordinarily they will have to go to the store to see.
yeah.
But now you don't have
Hmm.
to leave your house anymore to see like consumer tech. You can see like a lot of different YouTubers, even people reviewing freezers, fridges, and stuff like that. Because even with the smallest things, before I set out to buy stuff, I'll put it in my cart. I'll go and watch review and then come back. It's like it's a tool to help me decide what to buy in short. So if it's not that great, I take it out of my cart. If it's good, I buy it. Basically, there are so many people out there helping people decide what to buy, and the favorite part is it's normal. I'm just imagine someone reviewing TVs. Person has plenty TVs. Like there's this guy that I watch. who- he has to have plenty TVs in his house, and I don't think about the craziness of that because he's helping me decide what TV to buy, and that's pretty much it.
So I mean, you guys help a lot, right? I mean, with all the reviews, you help people in making the right decisions, right? I mean, after watching your videos, and I enjoy that, right? So that leads to the next question, which is similar to what I asked, right? So this is like a contrary option. So what is the least favorite thing about what you do?
I would say it's the sleepless nights, and the schedule. So a lot of content creators who are primarily on YouTube,
Hmm.
YouTube is they don't really have that rest and that time off by default. You kind of have to be intentional about how much time you want to take off if you want to take off time, and you have to know that yes, your YouTube channel is going to it's not going to grow as fast as it was when when you were posting consistently, but it's healthy, and that's the part that a lot of people don't get. I was not taking breaks before. When I first started YouTube, I was posting content every week, back to back, back to back. This means, and it takes about 6 to 12 hours to edit one video. So
Hmm.
if I'm posting a video after the filming process that's taking like 2 days or 3 days, I will now script, do voiceover, edit, and all that stuff. Putting it all together takes
And
maybe.
you do all of this yourself.
Yeah, I do all of it myself. So there is no sleep. I'm working throughout the night. If you call me at 1 a.m., even 1 a.m. last night, I would have picked your call because I'm awake. I'm awake. So yeah, um that's but it pays off. So in the end, it's not like you're not sleeping, you're just not sleeping when everybody else is sleeping, especially because you're in a country where if you want to really work with the absolute silence and you're living in in a very loud neighborhood, you have to wait for the dead of night to actually make your video or do voiceover, as the case may be. So yeah, that is something that it's not so good part, but that's not even YouTube, that's living in Nigeria and doing YouTube, right?
Hmm. So, I mean, talking about editing, so what are the new or what are the tools, editing tools you recommend for newbies? So let's take it in mobile and then desktop, right? So mobile tools, editing tools, and then I mean the desktop tools.
Okay, so for mobile, I subscribe to InShot. InShot is easy. It's not. It's there are there are more, how do I say, professional editing tools on your phone that you could use. But I use
Mm-hmm.
InShot because it is easy and I need to do something really quick. You can use VN as well. VN is something that is a little bit newer. A lot of people have not heard about it, but VN is free and you can use it. So if I had not already paid for InShot, I probably would be using VN to edit. Um, some other people prefer CapCut. There are so many of them. You have to try all of them to know exactly
Yeah,
the one.
CapCut. I know CapCut. CapCut. I use CapCut.
Yeah, there's a what I can't remember what it's called, but it's Adobe Premiere for your phone. It's like an Adobe app for your phone that you can use to edit
Mm-hmm.
as well. If somebody says the name in the comments, I would I would it will come to me. But yeah, for your PC, if you're on a Mac, Final Cut Pro is one of the easiest editing apps to use to edit on your MacBook. And the option, the other alternative that I would say a lot of content creators use is Premiere Pro. But Premiere Pro
Adobe.
is not, they don't have a one in a lifetime. Adobe Rush, yes. Adobe Rush is the mobile app. So the Premiere Pro is not a, they don't have a once in a lifetime payment. And this is an issue for a lot of people who don't want to feel like they are committing to a lifetime of paying a subscription per month. I think it's even
Per
per
month.
month. Yeah. So but Final Cut Pro, you can just buy it once. It's $300, and that's it for life. And you can update it for the rest of your life. And then for um, visual effects, if you're into visual effects, some people use After Effects, but that's pro level stuff. That's pro level stuff. Yeah.
So it's better to just start with the simple ones first, especially I mean when you're just starting. I mean,
To
so
to be
what about
honest,
yeah? What about equipment, hardware now, right? So what kind of equipment would you recommend? I mean, right? I mean, phones in terms of phones, gadgets, microphones. I mean, all of those things.
to me, I think I wouldn't be the right person to recommend devices to you because I still shoot with my phone. Like even my unboxings that people are like, oh, the quality is really good. Still shooting with my phone. I use professional lights, but still a phone. So you should start with what you have, especially if you are very tight on budget. You should start with what you have, and then if you want to commit to buying a camera, you have to know, you have to watch a lot of reviews on the internet to know exactly what you're looking for. Um, for for a lot of the times the different the processing from the lenses and stuff will differ. So if you watch a lot of reviews, you will know that depending on the lens that you get, right,
Hmm.
and the position that you place your lens, your head could be bigger or smaller as the case may be, right? So you literally could change your look depending on how close you are to the camera, how far away from the camera. So you check your space that you have for the camera to go on and see what it looks like. You can even do that with your phone first before you set out to decide whether you want, if you need to invest more money or you need to just get a better lens, because most of the time the lens is doing most of the work. So if you're committing to Sony, buy a nice lens and keep it moving. So in subsequent times when you want to upgrade, you just need to buy a lens. And if you're committing to Canon, then same thing applies. Although there are adapters to switch between Canon and Sony lenses, but that's just extra expense. Yeah.
Mm, nice. I mean, for me, I still use my phone also. I shoot my phone. I edit with my phone. I practically do everything on my phone. I mean, all the videos, apart from the professional ones I did back in Nigeria with a professional cinematographer. He did the shooting, he did editing, and all of that. But all the new ones I've been shooting here, I did everything on my phone, which is quite Pretty much easy. So let me ask one fun question. What is one falsehood you've said in one of your videos?
A falsehood that I have said.
In
Is it a
any of your
mistake that
videos? No,
a
not a
mistake that
mistake. Like lamba, they call it lamba, like a lie.
a lie, a lie, a lie, a lie, a lie, a lie. I generally am very honest with my reviews, so I don't even know if I can pick out a lie. Probably I will need to
It doesn't have
watch
to be
the
about the
videos.
equipment. It doesn't have to be about the equipment. It could be maybe something about your day or something about yourself at that particular period. It doesn't have to be about the device.
Um, Generally, when you're working with stats and numbers, you can't be lying because people are going to check you, because it's easy to do that when you're not a lifestyle blogger. If I was a lifestyle YouTuber, yes, I could embellish, but as a tech YouTuber, embellishing doesn't really make sense because people are still going to, when they buy the device, they're going to, like,
They'll come back. They'll come for you.
so there is no lamba anyway.
Okay, so now let's go deep into the real reason we are here. So let me start with the first question. Apart from
Okay.
all these things you've said, what is one good or one best advice you give to a newbie, someone that's just starting their channel? Just one.
Make YouTube your biggest resource for everything. Everything you need to learn about YouTube is on YouTube. So there are channels that are
Hmm.
dedicated to teaching you how to get literally everything done, how to edit. Self-taught. A lot of YouTubers are self-taught. So teach yourself. If you are the type of person that would not learn by yourself, then you need to pay for a class. Now, before I used to be like, you don't need to pay to learn how to edit. But now I'm saying that a lot of people don't get things done when there is no physical teacher. They are so used to the traditional style. So those kinds of people, well, yes, they need to pay to learn how to edit stuff. And there are services for this as well, classes that you can take to edit and to learn the ropes of YouTube. These people have a curriculum that they've set aside to teach people. So yeah, DM them when you find them. Somebody that I find very interesting that has been doing this for quite a while is Roberto Blake. Although he's in the US, or is it Canada? He's in the US, I think. And he holds classes, teaches people, takes one-on-one, and just helps people to grow their channel. But then everything that he's teaching as well, you can learn by yourself. So this is for like specific people who feel like they're never going to be able to push themselves. They need somebody to always push them to try things or do something different. I feel like those kinds of people need to subscribe to services where there's somebody, a coach, that is taking you through all that. Yeah.
I agree with you 100% because when I started, apart from taking tips from people like you, I also went to YouTube, did a lot of research, especially about how to use third-party platforms like TubeBuddy.
Mhm.
Use it for necessary keywords and hashtags and all of that. And also what's it called now? That part where you cut videos into pieces. You mentioned it the other day. I always forget the term they use for that thing.
The jump cuts.
Say that again.
Jump cuts.
Is it jump cut where you put your videos into pieces, into different sections, right?
Oh, the
I can't remember
timestamps.
the
The
yeah,
timestamps. Timestamps.
timestamps. Yeah. I
Yeah.
learned that on YouTube also. So
I think they
I
call
agree
it
with that.
something else now. Time. I think they call it channel stamps. I can't remember what they call it. Not channel stamps. They call it something else now on Google, but I can't remember it right
Oh,
now.
and that thing really helps, right? Imagine when you have a 40-minute video and you just want to break it down into pieces for anybody that's coming to watch, or somebody just
Oh
wants to
yeah.
get a particular information in a particular moment. They just go straight to that, right? Okay, somebody said in the comment section, Adobe Rush and VN. VN is also good and free for iOS and Android. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, so let me go to the next question, which is okay. So, any tips for getting your first 100 subscribers? Because I know for most people that are starting, the first focus, which was for me also, is how can I get 1,000 quick? Because that's the first goal to monetization. How can I get
Yeah.
1,000 subscribers? And YouTube is not like Twitter or Instagram or Facebook that you can easily just call your family people to go and follow you. YouTube is hard. I won't lie, it's hard. So, what would you suggest? What's the tip to getting first on 1,000?
Um, for me, I think promoting yourself on all platforms, promoting yourself shamelessly. For you, you have a lot of subscribers, so
He said that shamelessly.
right? You have a lot of followers on Twitter. So I'm guessing that 1,000 for you was not as hard as most people. Some people just
Yeah.
have 100 followers or under 1,000 followers on every social media platform, and now they need to cross promote. For me, I feel like the race to get to 1,000 is based on monetization, but it should be based on you wanting to be in it for a long time. So if you want to be on
Yeah.
YouTube for a long time, you will not be so much in a hurry to get to 1,000 subscribers as much as you want to just like keep putting out content. So I get it. You want to get to 1,000, get monetized, start getting money, but money comes from getting views consistently, not
Yeah.
just like getting the
The
1,000
1,000.
money. So yeah, so it needs to be you need to be in it for the long haul. You need to have a content plan for like if you're going to post one a week, you're going to have a plan dedicated to um, making sure that you get that goal of posting one once a week. So when you start posting content, you do all of the things that you are supposed to do. Add your video chapters, as Easyboy said. So that's what they call it now. Video chapters.
Yeah. Video
You put
chapters.
you put a title that is searchable, which you would know whether it's searchable from apps like vidIQ and TubeBuddy,
Somebody.
how searchable it is, if it's in the green or if it's in the red, and um, and also, if you are somebody that doesn't like to do all of these things as well, you can pay and they will make it very easy for you. So, the free version is not going to put a lot of, they're not going to put
Value.
a
You're
lot of,
not going
yeah,
to get a lot.
yeah, you won't get a lot, but if you pay for it, then you can, Someone said visit Babalao is the quickest way. Something else a lot of people are tempted to buy. Don't buy subscribers. Don't buy views. It's not good for your channel in the long run. You're just going to increase the amount of time that it takes the algorithm to recommend it to people who should watch your content because then they're recommending your content to the fake bots that you have put as your subscribers. So a lot of people are tempted to do this because they want to get out their career. They want to tell people that I'm a YouTuber and they feel like they need to have 1,000 subs before they can tell people that no, you should promote yourself shamelessly. Before I even knew, when I started YouTube, obviously it was not supposed to be, I was not 100% sure I was going to be a YouTuber. So if somebody asked me, are you a YouTuber? I'm like, how? You know, I didn't know what subscribers was. I didn't know what subscribers was. I saw a number go from 52 to 53, and I was like, this number increased. This number increased without putting out a video or any like the number increased. I was like, what is this number? So that's how I found out what subscribers was. So I got 50 before I found out what subscribers was, and I was like, okay, so we can, in my mind, I was already monetized at that time because then there was no this whole 1,000 restriction. It was just any.
Yeah, 4,000 watch hours. Yeah, this watch hour, we'll get to watch hours. Yeah, that watch hour thing.
Yeah, and that caught everybody's. Was that 2018 or so? It just like took the wind out of a lot of content creators, and even the people who were not, people who were not really solidly behind that idea. Some of them left. They just stopped putting out content just because of that, and some people just gave up sort of on YouTube shortly after. And I think that policy, it was bad at first, but now I think that it just makes the platform more of a content creator relating with the viewer space, not like a place where everybody wants to make money because it's
Mm,
not Fiverr, it's not Upwork,
yeah,
we're basically replacing TV. You can watch someone like Ceci Yemi every day. She puts out content almost every day, if not every day. So it's like a TV, you know and that's what it was supposed to be in the first place. It was not supposed to be somewhere where you would just do something and put it and make money. That's I feel like that's one of the reasons why they had to do stuff like that to make sure that people are not just there putting content from other people's pages and just
yeah. Just come and make money.
yeah.
Mm. But how was it like for you though? So I mean, I missed this question. When did you start? And how long did it take you to get 1,000? I mean, what are your major milestones? I know you are about 250 something now.
Yeah, no, I have 189,000 subscribers.
189. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It took me a year and 6 months to get to 1,000 subscribers.
Oh wow. That's what year was that? 2018?
This was I started in 2015 July.
Okay.
I got to 1,000 subscribers. I think it was maybe October or November of 2026.
2016,
2026. 20 sorry
2016.
2016 2016
Are you in the future?
Yeah. Um. So that was it. Was over a year, like a year, 6 months, or a year, 5 months thereabouts. It took me a long time, but you know what? Like how I said, I was not really, it just felt like a very huge milestone. Like I was celebrating everywhere. I'm like 1,000 subscribers, unbelievable. I did not think of it as, I did not realize that the 1,000, subscribers was like 2 years later. I thought it was just, it's going to be hard forever, which this is something that a lot of people think when they start YouTube. They think that it's going to be hard forever, but no, YouTube gets easier as you go. Your growth
As
is
you
more
go.
exponential
Mm.
than, it's not, it doesn't, it's not something that is, how do I put it? It's not something that's hard every step of the way. The hard parts are getting the content out there, and the rest of it gets easier. For a lot of people, if you are doing best practices, but if you are not doing best practices, then your growth is going to be up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, we'll get to best practices because I know that's what most people on this live session are waiting for. So let's quickly go to 4,000 watch hours. I know, I mean, for you to, I mean, in your own period, when you started to get monetized, there was no policy of about this 1,000, 4,000 for watch hours, right? And I mean, and it sort of makes everything very difficult because even when I started, I was like, where do I want to get for?
I can't hear you anymore. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Okay, so no, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I'll let you know when I can hear you. Can I'll probably get a maybe your earbuds have gone off. No, I can't hear you. Okay, so same with everyone as well. Um, no, I can't hear you. Maybe you might need to disconnect from. Okay, I'm hearing myself.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, yes,
Okay, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. So you can hear me now, right?
yes.
Okay, yeah. So for me, I think I took about a month or so to get 1,000, and ever since then I've been
A
like,
month.
I'll say that again.
You took a month. You see what I'm saying? That you had all these followers on Twitter, so it was easy for you. Very easy. Walk in the park.
I don't know if it's me. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah. So
No.
okay. What about now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, so let's talk about 4,000 watch hours. What tips would you give for newbies that are looking to get to 4,000 watch hours, right? How can they achieve that numbers? How many videos do they need to put out? What are the length of the videos? What they should do in that video? How they should start the video? I mean, just to stimulate attention and get people to watch the video.
I think for different people it's going to be different. Clearly, there is no one what fits all now, one solution fits all for when it comes to getting watch time on your page. But I would say that YouTube encourages you to post about 8 minutes videos. So 8 to 10, that's longer form videos, or they would it would make sense to push your 7 minute video to 8 minutes. If your video is already 7 minutes, you can drag it up to 8 minutes. But if it's shorter, then that's fine, you know. Um, you have to keep your content very interesting so that people can watch every step of the way. You have to tell people what to expect in the video so that they can know that they are going somewhere towards the end. So no matter what you're putting out there, people need to know that they need to watch it to the end to get something specific. For me, I review smartphones, so my pricing is at the end. If you want to hear the conclusion, obviously, whether you should buy it or not is at the end. So everybody that's watching my video, I can see that they skip some parts and they jump to the parts that they usually like. Maybe the camera, they want to watch the camera of the device that I'm reviewing and stuff. So That is one way to get people to watch. Make sure that you tell them the information that you're going to give them later on in the video, and then you put that information maybe in the third quarter of the video or at the last quarter of the video, however you want it. I feel like if your energy is very good and very you're well, not well spoken but very audible, even if you're not well spoken, if you're very audible, then people are going to if you're very audible, then people are going to like watch your video till the end. So that's it. Um, always try to project, because at the end of the day, you are like a TV presenter of your, like I said, you're like a TV presenter. So imagine a TV presenter and the person is like, "Hi guys, I want to let's just do," you need to make sure that people can hear every single word that you say. And something else you can do, you can watch a lot of content creators in your niche, find the ones that have more views, see their style, how they cut into the video. They don't do a lot of introduction because that reduces your watch time. So if you are doing, "Hey guys, it's Eric here," that's it. There is no need for pararara showing your logo. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Your mic is muted. Um, the,
I used to do that when I started. I'll be like, my name is this, I'm short, I'm this, I'm black in color. Oh God, nobody gives a fuck. Tell us what your content is about and let us watch.
yeah. Um, So it's something that you can learn from watching other people. Obviously, you're not watching big people to go and learn their practices, because that means you're not learning best practices, because the bigger YouTubers can afford to do panorama in the video. So the people you are looking for are people with modest, moderate, small numbers of subscribers who get a lot of views. That particular video that got a lot of views, you need to know why it got a lot of views. Is it because maybe they were talking about a topic that was hot? That means you should talk about a hot topic in like you talk about a hot topic, you will title the video with the hot topic. Just you will see the way they title the video. I know that okay, people are going to watch this hot topic. If you title your own this way, you will describe the video, use the keywords that people would search for, and tags. They say it doesn't matter, but tags are like it will take literally 2 minutes to tag, so you might as well tag your video. Use video chapters so that Google can pick it up, just in case somebody's searching for the content on YouTube. For instance, if something's happening on Baby Nigeria now, maybe Angel and Cross are fighting now, people who put the chapters will appear on Google search page, because Google, which is YouTube, is the biggest search engine. So when people search for Cross Angel Wahala or whatever fight or Bibi Ninja, they would see your content on YouTube, and they will also see your content on the Google page. So that's that first search page. So that's how to do SEO, right? Some people don't put chapters and they feel like they will get people to watch more, but at the end of the day, people are watching more and they are not liking what they are watching. Or even if they like what they're watching, the percentage of people who don't like what they're watching are hurting your channel. So you want people to just, always, you want to bring more people rather than have the people that already would watch your video watch it for longer, because at the end of the day, more the subscribers are the ones that are going to bring the brand deals. They're going to bring the brand deals. Having more subscribers, having more people like watch your content, even if they're not watching for the longest amount of time because they're only there for one specific thing, is better. Because when brands see say 50,000 views, video watched 1 month ago, 100,000 views, 500,000 views, and so on and so forth, it seems like they can promote their product more than when they see, say, 200 views. Even if those 200 views are watching 8 minutes long, nobody's not going to know. Nobody's going to know. It doesn't look as attractive to a brand than getting 50,000 views. Even if those 50,000 views are only watching 2 minutes out of your 8 minutes, it is better for you, for brand deals. And yeah, that's one of the reasons why you should use video chapters on your videos. You're muted. You're muted. Yeah, you're muted. No, I can't hear you. No, I can't hear you. Is it just me, guys? Okay, I can hear myself, so yeah.
So can you hear
Yeah,
me now?
yes.
Okay, yeah. So I was going to talk about thumbnails, right? And I think you touched on it a bit, but if you can expatiate, thumbnails, titles, and maybe the necessary tags to use when you're doing any video.
Okay, so titles. One of the common mistakes of making titles is that your entire title is going to show. I can hear feedback from myself. Yeah. Okay. So one of the common misconceptions is that your entire title is going to show, but no, just the first say 50 characters are going to show. So you need to make sure that instead of adding D or or just putting interjections where they don't you don't they're not absolutely necessary, just use or conjunctions. I don't even know the form of English, but whatever, just use the necessary keywords on the title, and then you can put the rest in the description. So there's no need for you to be putting a lot of unnecessary words in the first part of the title and then using the keywords at the end, because people are not going to see that, right? And for thumbnails, like I said in its Twitter space, stay away from babalawish colors. Like if you're tending to use red and yellow plain colors a lot, that's not really attractive to see. Especially like if you're scrolling through your tier, you're seeing all these nice gradient colors. You're seeing this like very fuchsia. Basically, the colors on my background, they look very nice, right? Compared to like a harsh red or one yellow. Then when you now mix red, yellow, and green together, you know, you should stay away from all that. And also text, you should keep text like like this, you know. Don't make your text black bold cover like half the screen filled with text, because that takes away the fact that you actually use the picture behind those texts. People don't no longer see the picture. Say I'm interviewing Wizkid now and I'm block Wizkid's face with this thing, I'll get less clicks. I need people to see that it's Wizkid that's been interviewed. I will put the text here where people can't, the text won't be blocked, and also it won't be blocked by that time logo that's on YouTube as well. So this is something that I feel like a lot of people should just adopt it. Avoid this bottom corner, that bottom right corner that the time of the video is going to show, because nobody can read what is there. And don't make the text so bold that it's literally the only thing that people are seeing, you know. Although if you have like 2 3 million subs, you can do anything you want, because I've literally seen a video have a question mark. I don't know who even put that video out there, and it had a lot of views. So, but as a newbie YouTuber, I think if you are talking about any subject you're talking about, use not a lot, but playful logos. If you're say your video about UK, Nigeria, and things like that, you have to like you can put a UK flag, Nigerian flag, boldly on there to just it just tells people that this is an immigration style video, and which is what a lot of people are watching these days because people want to jackpot. So yeah, yeah,
Everybody wants to jackpot.
yep. It is trendy.
Okay, so
It is
let's
trendy.
talk about tools for optimization. I know you already mentioned Vidic and TubeBuddy. Apart from those two, are there other tools you can recommend for optimization?
There are other tools. There are other tools, but they're not so popular. I don't know if I haven't tried a lot of other tools. So I have only used the TubeBuddy and I've used vidIQ, of which I didn't even use vidIQ for a long time because I did not like the interface. I think something as little as just having bluish interface just like made me just revert to TubeBuddy, which is red, and red is the color of YouTube, so it kind of just matches. These are the product things that people do not think about, but that affected my choice between vidIQ and TubeBuddy. That red of the TubeBuddy matched my YouTube. I liked looking at it, and I just like went with it. But vidIQ does, I think it does some things that even TubeBuddy doesn't. I'm sure that they have like their own USPs and stuff like that. You should try both at least for free first before you decide which to pay for. And obviously, you should know that those tools vidIQ, both vidIQ and TubeBuddy are not tools that would guarantee you growth. Your content, the way that you deliver your storytelling skills and stuff will matter more than anything you can learn from vidIQ. A lot of us started from very horrible thumbnails, even if our title was okay, but our thumbnails were very horrible and we still got views because as soon as people even by mistake click, or from a recommendation click our video, they get exactly what they are looking for. So that means your content is king. The content is king. the content is king. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah, thanks. I mean, I agree with that. Let me ask this last question before I then allow guys in the chat to ask their questions, which is about violating YouTube, or what's it called? YouTube violations, right? What do you suggest to avoid them? I mean, I've never violated any of their rules. I've never had any strike, right? So how do you avoid YouTube strike?
The first part will be knowing exactly you are in Nigeria. So this means that your problems will be less, at least less legal. But that also means that, if you are using, for instance, now somebody could be using, you could be using a video about a car racing game and your video will be flagged. That is, you are showing a racing game in your phone or somewhere in the background. There's some car racing game from somebody else's YouTube channel, and they could flag that video. And I've seen it happen before, which seems very unlikely, but it's something that happens. Another thing is, if you're going to pay for music subscription, those things are things that I feel like when you stop subscribing, all bets are off. So use YouTube audio library. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, nothing has ever happened, but there are people who have had sounds that for some reason maybe their subscription ended, maybe 3 months later they got flagged for something, copyright wants to collect some money from you and all that stuff. Copyright, not a strike, but a copyright ownership claim where they are collecting the revenue from your video. So in order to avoid that, use YouTube audio library. And when you're using YouTube audio library, also check for attribution. Attribution means that whether or not you're going to put a text in your description to acknowledge the owner of the sound that you've used. So on the YouTube audio library, you have um, you have sounds that do not require attribution. They don't require you to put any text, and you have sounds that require attribution. And it's on the right side that you see the license. So make sure that you are downloading songs or sounds that do not require attribution, so that in the future you don't have to be thinking about, oh, does this require me to put attribution? Because when you download the sound, you're not going to see that attribution or no attribution in the MP3 file or MP4 file or whatever. What you will see is just the sound, right? So make sure that you do that due diligence when you're downloading sound, so that you don't have problems in the future. Another thing you should do is don't put up to 720p. Um, don't put up HD content from another content creator. If you are going to use content from another content creator, keep it small, and obviously keep the resolution low. Which keeping it small actually will keep the resolution low. So yeah, so don't just plaster somebody's more than 10 seconds, I think, of another person's HD content, right? To avoid stories that touch. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Eric. What may I even do? May I try to avoid all of those? I don't even use video. I don't use what's it called,
Background.
sounds, music in any of my content. But I mean, but based on what you said now, I'll try to check the ones that are
Yeah,
free, right? That
you
won't
should.
put me into any trouble. So,
Yeah.
guys, that is it from my own end. I said we're going to keep this short, and in my mind, I said we're going to use for 5 minutes. It's 40 minutes already, so let's use the last 5 minutes for questions. If you have questions, right, drop it on the link, on the chat section. I mean, and Eric will take all your questions, and we can close from here. If you have further questions you want to ask that you can't ask on this live, I'll just send Eric a DM. His Twitter handle is on the description of this live video. My Twitter handle is also there. You can send me a DM. The ones I can't answer, I'll send it back to Eric, and we'll take it from there. And please, as you're watching this video, also share this link with people in your network, people that want to learn how to grow their channel, that just started their YouTube channel, right? So that they can learn from what we're saying or what we've been talking about in this section so far. So if you have questions, drop your question and on the chat box. I'll try to take it from there. Let me see. Let me see if there are questions on the chat box.
I actually tweeted I was going to rate channels.
Okay. I don't
Yeah,
think so.
so I not rate, sorry, review review channels. Like if you have if you're a content creator and stuff, I'm going to try my hands on it because this is not my forte. But being on the platform long enough, um, you know, just to give you a few things. Eric TikTok or TikTok, YouTube. What? I feel like um TikTok is a very big platform, but it's not it would never replace YouTube, especially the fact that the policies on TikTok is not very protective of content creators. So a lot of content creators don't feel that it's like building your house on a rocky foundation. Every day I see something weird happening on TikTok. I'm like, that's weird. There's this guy that didn't say a word that got his YouTube page suspended for some reason. I'm like, he did not say a word on his page. I don't know if he got his account back, but Mr. Payo, I think that's his name. And that just tells me that, the foundation of TikTok, even though it's good, people go viral, it's not as strong. Probably they will get there someday, but right now, um, focusing on TikTok is good, but YouTube is definitely still a home for content creators. You know,
Someone said for some of us that don't have content, how do we grow our channel? How can you grow your channel without content?
so if you don't have content, then you don't have a channel. You're on YouTube, but you don't have a channel because you need to have content to call it a channel, right? If you have a YouTube, if you have anybody with a Gmail has a YouTube because you can comment, you can, and all that, but you won't call it a channel if you don't have content. So yeah, you have to create content, publish content, and then you can call it a channel. Yeah.
I agree. Okay, then the last question, what are your takes on collaboration for upcoming channels?
For upcoming channels like smaller youth creators, I think if you collaboration is not as important as consistency. you know it's important for people to collaborate probably when they have a body of work. Like say you have 50 videos, then you can collaborate, or you have 20 videos, then you can collaborate with somebody who has maybe 20 or 30 or 50 videos, that kind of thing. But if you have say 10 videos on your page, on your channel, and you want to collaborate with somebody who has 500 videos, I don't see how. Like you guys are on different wavelengths, and this person that has 500 videos is probably creating every day, and then you probably do that collab and take like a month off because you've been on YouTube for a while and you only have 20 videos. So you need to become, I mean, for upcoming channels, you need to take your channel more seriously, even though you're upcoming, before you consider doing a collab. Because the reason what you hope to get from the collab is for people to come and be watching your content consistently. So if people come to your page after 1 week, 1 month from another person's page, and you have not put out content, they're like, this guy is not serious. They might not even subscribe in the first place, but if they do, they might unsubscribe because you have to take yourself as seriously as the person you want to collaborate with. You want to collaborate with someone with 1 million subscribers, you need to take your own content creation as seriously as they are taking it. They're putting out content twice a week. You need to put out content at least once a week to make sure that they're not just collaborating with you. They are creating like this big community with you. So yeah.
Yeah, thanks so much, Eric. I believe that's all the questions for now. I don't have any question here. If you have any other question, please send to Eric on TikTok, on YouTube. No, that's a YouTube. On Twitter, right? Send him a DM on Twitter. His Twitter handle is on this video description. And I think that is it for me, from me. And Eric, last word before we close.
um last word. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, you guys should subscribe to I Slim Fit's YouTube channel. Subscribe to Adewale Adetona. Yours is Wale Adetona on YouTube. Subscribe to his channel, right? Subscribe.
All right, thanks so much, Eric. Thanks so much for doing this with me, and I hope you guys learned one or two things. Like I said, if you have further questions, send a DM, right, and we'll take it from there. Right.
Or just
I'll see you guys in another edition of this. Hopefully, we'll do this again. Thank you. Thanks, Eric.
see you guys.